If you're in the market for one of the most balanced, elegant, and easy to wear leather fragrances that is offered at a very affordable price, today's video is for you. Today, we're taking a closer look at Issey Miyake's Nuit Dissey Parfum. Starting off with the presentation, I really like the bottle design. It has that classic Issey Miyake look to it. It offers a more elegant style this time with this matte black and gray finish that almost has a smoking gradient look, you know. I have the 4.2 ounce bottle, which is 125 milliliters, so it's a bit on the bulky side, but it feels nice to hold it in your hand. The atomizer is okay. It's nothing too crazy. It's just okay. It delivers a smooth, moderately wide mist. But it doesn't really project too far off the bottle, you know. We're getting into the scent profile in a second, but with the amount of volume that you get from this atomizer, I would do 3 to 4 sprays if you want to stay indoors, and I think that should do the job, you know. Overall, the atomizer is okay. It's nothing too crazy, as I mentioned, and especially considering with the price that you're paying for this fragrance, you know, is all that I could ask for. But enough with the presentation talk. How does it actually smell? The note breakdown is pretty simple. When you look it up online, you have bergamot and pink pepper as the top notes. You will have leather and vanilla as the middle notes. And for the base layer, you have patchouli and tonka bean. That's it. It's pretty simple note breakdown. But right after spraying it, you are greeted with a crisp and slightly bitter freshness, which is coming from the bergamot, you know. This is the bergamot coming out, and I wouldn't really call it a fresh scent. It is not a fresh scent by any means, but you can easily pick up some freshness right after spraying it. It is not a sugary kind of freshness. You can think of it as more of a dry and, as I mentioned, crisp, citrusy opening that is pretty polished and pretty pleasant too. And right after spraying it, I would say maybe like a couple minutes after spraying it, the freshness goes away, that little crisp, bitter freshness, that goes away, and it gives its place to a smoky hard mixture that has a very dark woody tone that stays around for a while. This is where you get a mixture of a gentle peppery note with a really pleasant leathery twist that adds that spicy texture but doesn't really get super strong or harsh by any means. The vanilla also comes out, but I don't think it's super dominant or overly sweet at all. You don't get the same type of super sweet vanilla that you get from some other fragrances. It blends really well with the leather, and it creates that nice leathery and woody tone, but it is done in a very sophisticated way, and you get a very sophisticated and polished profile. As it settles, the base also brings in a more woody aspect to the whole scent experience or scent profile, and it is because of the patchouli. The patchouli starts coming out, and it gives out a very, very nice balance to that initial sweetness that you got from vanilla. Think of it as a mellow sweetness, you know. It's pretty mellow. It rounds the edges without turning it into a gourmand scent. The citrus also never fully disappears. It becomes something like a cool outline that frames and surrounds the darker, smoky middle notes, you know. That smoky core gets surrounded by that freshness, crisp freshness from bergamot, and that's what makes this scent so versatile and so easy to wear. That is why this is one of those scents that you don't get the same experience as a lot of those other leathery scents that can sometimes be difficult to wear or hard to pull off. This one, it's very easy to wear, and because of those sweet, mellow sweet notes that is mixed with all those kind of like earthy and crisp freshness notes, that is why this scent becomes so versatile and so wearable. You can think of the overall experience as a dry, fresh opening that transitions into a smoky and leathery mid, and finally settles into a very comfortable woody amber finish that, like I said, it's very easy to wear and very pleasant. Speaking of performance, if you look it up online, you're gonna see a wide range of experiences. Some people are saying this is trash, it doesn't stay at all, and some people are saying this is a beast mode fragrance that stays for a very long time. For me, I think it is probably a batch number issue, because mine is one of the newer bottles. I got it recently. And in my experience, this is not a super strong performer at all. Like, you know, when I sprayed up until like 3, maybe even 4 hours, I was just spraying it in the office yesterday. Like, I put it on at like 7:30 or 8 in the morning. By the time that was around noon, you know, I could still get whiffs of the smell as I was moving around. But after that, I needed to get my nose close to my arms or to my body to be able to pick up the scent, you know, because it was becoming like a more of a skin scent. Same with sillage and the scent bubble overall, you know. I don't think it leaves a huge scent trail or bubble, but I'm also not saying that it performs bad. It's pretty average in my experience, and that's not really a bad thing. Because with the type of scent that it has, if it was overpowering and if it was too strong, I don't think it would have created a pleasant experience as the one that I was having. So it is not necessarily a bad thing considering the kind of notes that you have here. But again, it looks like it's pretty subjective. You know, if you look it up online, some people are saying it's really good, some people are saying it's really bad. For my experience, it's pretty average. And speaking of who should wear this fragrance, it is definitely on the more mature and elegant side of your overall experiences that you can try. It's not really a happy clubbing scent, you know, it's not the kind of scent that, or the kind of experience that you can get from fragrances like Jean Paul Gaultier or just like, I don't know, like Versace Eros or those types of scents. It is more grown up, and in my opinion, it better suits guys who are 30 and above and people who want to smell classy, especially in the especially in the professional setting. I think it'll work great when you wear it with your smart casual to even formal outfits, and it'll give you that polished and even mysterious vibe. You know, this is one of the things about this fragrance. It gives you a kind of a mysterious vibe, and that's one of the other things I really like about it. It is definitely a cold weather nighttime fragrance, so do yourself a favor and do not ever wear it when it's hot outside, because when it's hot, it's not gonna work. Is it a blind buy safe fragrance? I would say it depends on whether you are into leathery, smoky vibes or not. Look at the note breakdown. If it interests you and you know yourself that you probably enjoy these types of perfumes, I would say go for it, you know, it smells nice. But if it's not the kind of scent profile or the kind of note breakdown that you typically enjoy, I would say sample it first. This fragrance is so affordable that even if you don't like it, I don't think it's going to be too much of a pain, you know. There was a time when it was really hard to find and I couldn't find it online anywhere, but now you can find the full presentation with the whole thing for $60 to $70 for a 4.2 ounce bottle, 4.2 ounce bottle size. But if you look around, you can also find testers with the same size for like in the mid $40 range, which is great. You know, this is incredible value that you can get for a type of a very sophisticated and easy to wear leather scent. So it is one of the safer blind buys out there. Overall, I think Issey Miyake Nuit Dissey Parfum, I'm just sad I didn't get this sooner. And again, if you're not into this type of scent profile, just sample it first. But for me, I knew myself, I knew that I was going to like this type of a note breakdown. And I'm pretty happy with my experience so far. This one takes you on a dry freshness to a smoky, leathery journey that creates a pretty polished experience. As for a leathery scent, this is definitely one of the most wearable leather fragrances that you can find in the market. And you're getting incredible value for the money that you spent on this 4.2 ounce bottle size. I would say buy it if you are into a citrus to smoky leather nighttime scent, you know, with an average performance, in my experience, and a pretty controlled projection that is not overpowering. But totally skip it if you don't really like smoky vibes and smoky notes, or if you prefer a super strong, super sweet, and super loud winter scent. Let me know down in the comments if you've tried this one before or if you want me to review a specific fragrance. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.